but again, even with, there is kind of some uncertainty, and I know James could probably speak about it better than I can, but the developments keep pushing forward. At least the ones that are kind of down the road, they're pushing hard. So we continue to kind of prepare for that. Couple things just locally. Valley Center's general manager, Gary Rant, announced his retirement couple months ago. A couple months ago. He's going to retire at the end of the year. They just hired a successor and familiar face. It's Lindsay Leahy from the used to be with the city of Oceanside.
So she's coming now to Valley Center.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was official as of Tuesday? They had a meeting on yesterday.
Okay,
They did the contract. So friend of the district. So it's and that's one of our mutual services partners, and so we're pretty pleased with the choice there. MWD continues to search for a new GM. Their GM is retiring at the end of the year. They haven't reached out yet, so we're all safe here at Rainbow.
Any prospects on that one? Making a lot of news.
Yeah, it is. And from what I understand, by the end of this month, they were planning on making an announcement. So I'll stray from speculation, but so that's a big turn of events too. Obviously, they have a hand in the Delta Tunnel and their Pure Water project, and big things that'll impact Southern California water, and so that'll be a big one. But probably the next time we meet, we can talk about that one. So we have a bunch of other stuff, crop swap and things, but I think it's gonna be part of the presentation. So I'll wait until then to do anything else. But any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I have a question regarding the group that's coming together, the one pager you're preparing.
Yeah.
Are you summarizing basically the basic numbers that each agency brings to the overall group, like covers so many acres, so many residents, so many ag acres,
population,
amount of supply, amount of demand. I mean, because when you add those groups together, you've got a regional force here that somebody's got to pay attention to. I would think.
It's exciting.
I think that is kind of a key part of that message, especially for our legislators, right?
Yeah.
We represent X, 100,000 people, agricultural acres, and all those things. Yeah, that is one of the big hits there, and yeah.
And I think, with the emphasis on growing our own and not relying on imports from foreign countries, we got to really emphasize that agricultural part. So that's just a recommendation.
Yeah.
I consider, because in most cases, it's shrinking in areas because of development.
Right.
Things. So.
Yeah. And that's what we've seen here too. And so, that's, I appreciate that. That's really good.
I have a question. You've answered all of them except one.
Okay.
The grant applications, federal, state, or a combination?
Well, the biggest one was the Cal OES. That was, and that is federal. Well, it's federal money coming through the state.
Through the state.
Yeah.
Through the state. Okay.
Yeah. That is the big one.
How many dollars is that?
How many what?
Dollars.
I think it was
It was $5
total.
million project total, and our contribution is 20%. So it's like 3.75 million
Okay.
for our ask. And the final sub-application was submitted yesterday.
Right.
So the award notices will take almost a year.
Yeah.
It'll be second quarter of 2026 calendar year. So when they announce them, and then they'll fund it in 2027.
Is that going through which department?
Cal OES.
Well, which department of the federal government?
FEMA.
FEMA. Okay.
Yeah.
And they did. Luke attended an information meeting, and Esther probably did too. She's just not here right now. That where they talked about how they're going to prioritize the awards.
Oh.
And so we're in tier 3 of how they're going to prioritize them. They're really wanting to focus on the areas that were hit hardest by the Palisades and Eaton fire.
Okay.
So we're giving it a good shot, but that's the information that they shared.
Yeah. Well, good.
They've been
Excellent.
really, really helpful in giving staff feedback on what they needed, how they needed it presented and all of that. So
So is this for new pump stations or
This
to
is
help
Existing.
finance our
It's-
existing investment?
it's
Yeah.
for 6
leave
generators
it.
for existing pump stations and lift stations
Yeah.
for backup power.
It's music to my ear.
Yeah.
That's terrific. No, that's great.
You got me at that one.
That'd be nice.
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. Thank you.
Yep.
So committee members, any reports or announcements or?
I have a comment, positive. Gary's been phenomenal as the GM in Valley Center. But Lindsay coming back is very positive because she knows the region. So I think this is a very good situation.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Any others?
If you have any are there any shovel-ready projects that are just waiting for funding from our district?
We've got a couple that are in the works. Yeah, we're working on a few pipeline design or pipeline replacement projects. Those are in the works. The Gopher Pump Station project is in design. Currently it's probably only about 30%, but it's going to move here pretty quick. I think by the end of this calendar year, first quarter of next year, I think that we will. I think we're going to pursue those as shovel ready because the design's already approved and those kind of things. That Gopher Pump Station was one of the ones that's kind of on our list to target funding for because I think it's got a lot of ties to wildfire emergency preparedness, those kind of ties. So we're gonna, I think if there's potential for anything to get funded, it's probably those, that's one of the kind of key avenues. Drought will always be another one. And so, but I think that's probably our next one to target. It was a $2 million project, something like that. So anything we could do to offset that obviously would be huge. But thank you for the reminder. Yeah, that's probably our key target. Beyond that, it's probably, especially because the Fed stuff takes so long, if you get the earmarks or they call them community funded projects, we kind of have to look out a couple of years to go, okay, we're going to do this pipeline replacement. Not today. It's not the one we want to do today, but it's the one we want to do 2 or 3 years from now. Those are the ones we'll probably, be targeting for that kind of funding just because of the timing. You can't advance construction until you actually get it all approved.
Right.
And so you kind of want to have a lead into some of those, but I think the pump station is one that'll be kind of the top of the list. If there's something that's, hey, we'll authorize funding for shovel ready projects, that would probably be the biggest one. Yeah.
Okay. And just out of curiosity, a lot of times in counties, the Board of Supervisors have some discretionary ability to move funds in their district to special projects. I know Supervisor Desmond has been a good friend of Rainbow Water District, and since he's going to be moving on, hopefully to bigger and better things, I don't know if it's worth asking him if he's got any money available that can help fund some things to get us shovel ready.
Yeah.
If it's environmental studies or whatever, if he's got an extra 100 or 200 grand around that he can send our way, we could use it.
Yeah.
Worst that can happen is he can say no.
Or it gets termed out.
When does that happen? Next year?
the election.
26. Yeah.
26?
Jay,
Yes.
Eagle Perch, is that fixed?
That's one of the ones that's in design.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be done in June.
No, the design just got funded in July. So that was part of when we went through the budget process earlier this year as part of our CIP. We advanced that. That project was out kind of year 4 or 5. Obviously, it is a high priority, and so we moved the design into this year, which that is underway. The construction funding wasn't in until next fiscal year, which would be 26, 27. But I think we've made a commitment to, as soon as that design is done, that we would probably bring it to the board and potentially try to advance that project ahead of that. But that was the funding schedule for Eagles Perch.
Okay,
And that is one of the projects we're adding to the CIP update. So every board packet, Chad puts together kind of all the projects, and so that one's kind of moving up. Eagles Perch and La Cañada, and there's a couple others that are kind of highest priority that'll be on there now too. So you'll have a monthly update, and anytime you want an update, you can ask me too.
okay.
Yeah, me and Robert and Chad and Malik were actually out there a few weeks ago, kind of finalizing some of the details, because it's a unique project. This is one of our pipeline replacements, but it's in a very well. Director Hoffman, you're familiar with the area, but very very tight streets, and some of the pipelines kind of run behind properties. That's actually the issue. So we're having to relocate these pipelines, into like new areas and find places to put the meters. So we actually did a site visit just to verify like everything that's on paper actually works, right? It sometimes it looks great on a sheet of paper and from 5,000 feet, above
Pipes
it.
over there.
Yeah, but we actually went out and put eyes on it all and made sure before we kind of finalize those plans. But yeah, it's definitely moving forward.
Okay,
There's a lot of challenges with being an old ag district that kind of ran pipe all over the place.
It is. It is.
The right of ways situation was really grim some years ago. It's getting better.
Yeah.
But just a question about water sales in July and August. Do you have numbers and how are they tracking with budget?
Yeah, we're those are actually being put together now. We're actually just closing out July. The finance team just got through audit.
Oh,
yeah,
true. And that slows everything up.
They did. They pushed the audit kind of, we want to get it done early this year. And so push that ahead. So I know actually our senior accountant is actually putting all those things together now. I saw the bills basically. So not terrible. It's been a kind of a cooler summer.
Moderate.
Yeah, moderate. Yeah, very moderate. I think average temperatures have actually been below normal for most of the summer. But I know it was about between 1,400 and 1,500 acre feet of water deliveries in July. Again, that's sometimes the sales kind of don't track it exactly, because that's a very detailed first of the month to 30th of the month. We usually do our readings, first week or so of, first 10 days of the month.
Yeah.
So there is a little bit of lag between deliveries and sales, but I think, July, so that'll show up in August about 1,500. June was probably a little bit lighter because June was pretty mild. That's when the shutdown occurred.
Yes.
The pipeline shut down, but I think even that was somewhere in the 1,000, 1,100 acre feet. So if I had to speculate, I think we're right at maybe a little below, but I think we're probably right at budget. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other comments? All right. Well, let's move on. Quarterly customer service, call metrics.
Yes, got a couple months here. So I got July and August. So this is going to be the average hold time like usual. 45 seconds in July, 52 in August. And again, that benchmark we want to stay under is about a minute. So consistently hitting those marks. And this is comparing to last year. So 40 seconds in July, 42 in August last year. This is going to be the average talk time. Pretty consistent again, right? So 4 minutes, 12 seconds, 4:24 compared to last year. So 4.5 is pretty consistent there. And then this is a new slide. So this is going to be the total talk time. So I haven't included this before, but I just wanted to give everyone kind of like a bigger picture sense of the total talk time for the month. So 54 hours spent total July, and then 57 in August. So it's about 18 hours average per person what we're spending on the calls. And again, 50% of these calls are making payments and explaining the billing charges. So even though we have other options like auto pay and mailing in and bill pay, this tells us that people still like to call us, right? And we're happy to take those calls.
Okay.
And then total calls, so 903 for July, 922 in August, and then the blue is the callbacks, so 5 and 18. And again, all those are just payments. People just don't want to wait on the phone, so they'll just request the callback option and they'll make a payment over the phone. And then compared to last year, the one that stands out is August of last year, 1,071. So it's been a while since we've had anything over 1,000, and that was that auto pay issue that we had last year. Yeah. So we haven't had anything since then, but that's why you see that spike there. So we're happy to report that we haven't had those issues since.
Yeah, that's a nice dip.
That's the last slide there. Did anyone have any questions?
I love it. Great data.
It is good
Yeah.
data.
I guess the question I have is that with people calling in to make a payment, do you feel like you need to try to make a sales pitch that this would be so much easier if you just did it this way and you wouldn't have to make a call in? Or do they just feel like I need to know that you got my money, or that?
Yeah, we actively are pushing auto pay, bill pay. You can pay at the bank, you can mail in a payment here. There's a bunch of different ways they can pay, but after asking them why they want to call us, they just like picking up a phone and talking to a live person.
Okay.
So they don't want to put their information on auto pay and suspicions of getting hacked and things like that. So they just want to talk to a live person.
And so when they make a payment on the phone, are they giving you a credit card or?
They are.
So they still have a risk of.
Right. Yeah. So they're making a one-time payment, but that data is not saved like on a profile. It's just a one-time payment and it gets deleted.
Okay.
So it's not really stored anywhere. So I think that's kind of the fear is I don't want my information saved on a particular site. So
Can't blame them. Information's getting stolen a lot.
right.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Crop swap program.
Yes,
There we go.
it's been a few months since we
Good news.
visited this very successful project. So we went up in our reserve grant funds. We're now at 1,077,450
Wow.
in reserved funds for 96 total project applications. That's since we first launched April 29th, 2024. 40 of those projects have been paid. 27 are approved to start. They're kind of in that limbo, whether they started the project, got approved, they're waiting for root stock, still in the planning stages, but we've contacted Rancho Water to ask them to kind of push forward, follow up with emails with all of those customers to make sure they know their project is still open and get moving, and we'll cut you your check. 17 projects are currently in pre-inspection. They have moved from the wait list. So this is something new. Jake can touch on it, but there's an addendum to the contract that's allowed funds to be released for everyone in the pool to use. Correct?
Yeah, so that's the latest on this. We're not nearing. We've got a little over a year to finish the program. And if you remember, there was $5 million that was initially allocated to the crop swap program. 6 regional agencies that were participating. And there was a split. This was Rancho's program. So initially Rancho had a nice share. They had actually 2 million of the grant proceeds was allocated to them, and there was another a little over 2 million that was allocated to the other 5 agencies. As you can see, we've used a lion's share of that portion of the proceeds. But where we sit today is there's a pretty good chunk in Rancho service area that is not claimed, right? There's no applications for it. It's not reserved. And so with us nearing kind of this 1 year-ish mark to 14 months or so to get the projects done, going to the board of all 6 agencies this month is addendum 2. It'll be going to our board as well. And what it does is releases the unused funds. So Rancho's is about 650,000 that's going to go back into the kind of the first come first serve pool. And then beyond that, Amanda touched on this a little bit. there's a host of projects that have, the site inspector's gone out, you have funds reserved for your project, but they haven't completed it yet. And so, there's going to be an effort to reach out to all those folks, and this is across the 6 agencies, to say, basically, either you got to finish your project or we're moving those funds back into the, back into the available pool. And some of them are, some of them, it's either, rootstock's taking too long to get there, or, whatever the issue is. And so we are anticipating that a bulk of funds is going to come back as part of that too. I think we anticipate there's probably going to be about $1 million that gets put back into the first come, first serve pool. Just to give you a little perspective, those 17 projects that are pre-inspection, there's about probably 350,000. Those are just on Rainbow. So about 350,000 in additional projects that are really just kind of waiting there to be done. And I know there's a lot more demand than that. Fallbrook also has some folks on the waiting list. Valley Center has a couple folks on the waiting list. So those will all get taken up as part of this next tranche of funding. But I think the good news is what we're likely to see is all the people that have applied and have passed the criteria within our service area will likely get their projects funded, and then some.
Well, that's great.
We'll probably have to go back out, and I know there's a lot of interest, even from those that have already completed one round. They replanted 5 acres or whatever it is. I've personally got a lot of requests on, are you guys going to release any more? Because I'd like to do another 5 acres. So I think, yeah, we'll definitely, assuming we have enough time and we can get those things done, I think we'll definitely spend up the money. And obviously, the more we can get to our ag customers, the better. So that's really good news. There's we've been kind of waiting for. We've been pushing for other funding too, other funding sources, but I guess on the downside, California is kind of ending this grant program. So that's there's no extensions available. It's spend the money now. So there is going to be a hard push over the next year to get this all done.
This has gone so well.
Yeah.
Are we putting in for awards through Aqua? Other
Rancho Water would likely spearhead that, and then we would be in support and could
Right.
provide testimonials and our overall, campaign that
yeah.
we.
because this has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I think having awards even as a team is appropriate at Aqua or CSDA.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and I actually last Thursday, Rancho had a board meeting. I went up there and just kind of expressed our appreciation.
Yeah.
Just we've even heard just some really great stories from some of our customers about just that, the level of appreciation, what it's done, to kind of transform their farms. We had a lady that grew figs that did a replanting and was just like over the moon. Just, I can't believe this is actually real, and that kind of a thing. And so I went up there and shared just the difference it's having in our service area, and yeah. So
well, and
good
the
stuff.
contributions to the region, just like the lobbyists working together,
Yeah.
has strength. So congratulations.
Fantastic.
Here's some statistics about project height. We still lead with avocado rootstock as the most commonly applied for project, crop conversion, avocado rejuvenation, and then we go down the line for scheduling automation, nutrient management, and cover crops. Yeah.
Oh, that's really great.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. We got there early because we were organized and got out to our community and communicated with people, and all of that starts, with our communication system and our staff knowing how to do it. And so, thank you for everything you've done. It's the districts that lost out on this are the ones that didn't get there.
Yeah.
And we were first and foremost, I think, which is a real compliment to you.
And Jake touched on it. I think the best part of this is hearing the stories from our actual farmers and how vital it was to their farm, their livelihood, their legacy, and the triple down effect of, we had a grower come in and she has a very specialized type of fig that she grows and had to wait for rootstock to become available 6 months later. but her figs help produce a lot of customized dishes for the wineries in Temecula. So we have
Interesting.
chefs who are relying on this very specific type crop. So it was like a domino effect, of us giving back, and it's a real testament to preserving the legacy of our land. And we're just
Yeah.
temporary stewards of the land, and this helps us create longevity.
That would be a great story for the newsletter. No, really.
Same
I-
thing.
Actually, we were going to mention that.
Were you?
Yeah, I
We want
think,
to launch it in tandem with kind of announcing.
yeah, especially if there's going to be a request for additional applications, we want to,
Yeah.
yeah, but probably October, if it happens quick enough in October and definitely in November, if it takes a little bit to, we want to make sure we don't want to make a big pitch, and we can tell good stories. And we did talk about that before too. And I think we should do that. But if we're going to make a pitch for more, I think, yeah, we'll
Hold back
make sure
on
the
that.
money's there before. I don't want to get
Yeah.
people's hopes up and then stick them on a wait list and
Yeah.
Yeah.
not get them done.
One
Yeah.
suggestion on the timing on that, since this person has such a great story, does it make sense to put it on video? A 30-second snippet of talking to her and her saying what you just said, and put it on our website as a testimonial.
Definitely. I'm sure
Because-
there's many more stories we could tell.
Yeah, I mean, because most water districts don't have that kind of good
Yeah.
news to share.
Yeah.
So we got to take
No, they
advantage
don't.
of it.
Well, fantastic. Thank you. Any other comments on that? All right. That's great. Okay, going forward, water use efficiency rebates update.
So the County of San Diego has a new program called Waterscape Rebates. When we were previously part of the Water Authority, we participated in programs available through the county. They've now grandfathered us into those programs. EMWD set forth an agreement. So now we are privy to all sorts of turf rebates, other types of water device rebates. There's a new website through the County of San Diego. It allows people to have like a step-by-step guide to take them through the process of rebates. And then when you finally submit your rebate, you're led to the SoCal Water Smart website from Met. So it's just like a sub-page of another page, but it's still extremely helpful. Part of the challenge that many of our customers have is they don't know where to start, or they start a project and have no idea how to finish it. So with this Waterscape rebate program is enhanced support. So people are actually going to be able to speak with a live expert who can better push forward their rebate, suggest different types of plant materials, nurseries you can go to, water devices you can incorporate in there to capture rainwater. But turf replacement is the biggest change here, where you can receive up to $5 a square foot to replace lawn with native or drought resistant plants. And for our commercial customers, they can receive up to $7
yeah.
a square foot. That's huge money, especially considering.
Biggest ever, sure.
Yes, so we were able to stack our incentives from Met through the county and then ours through EMWD. So we're at a great advantage right now with this program. So we're going to be sending out some letters to our local HOAs to let them know about this program and their availability for this. But there are some like minor items that you have to check off your list, including like a stormwater retention feature, native plants, and there's absolutely like no hardscape allowed in your design program. And some of these programs also allow for rebates in areas where your grass may have died off. That's the biggest change here, where if your grass is next to a parkway or a median, a sidewalk, you can also apply for a rebate so that you can plant native plants or California friendly plants there.
Do you know, where would community associations with green belts come here? Would they be residential or would they be commercial?
They would be under commercial, and there's a new requirement coming up where they cannot be using potable water to plant, right? Is that correct, Jake?
What, for non-functional turf?
Yes, for non-functional.
Right.
They can't use what?
They
Say
won't be
that.
able to use potable water to water their non-functional turf. So meaning parkway medians any area that's not being used for parks or recreation type area
Yeah.
have to be replaced.
It's actually going to be like against the law.
So this is the big push
Yeah.
that Met has, is that if we give these really large incentives, it will encourage our customers to replace their turf in a timely manner.
Yeah. Well, they've been transforming the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area for 20 years, doing the same thing, and they've done it.
Yeah.
I mean, the medians all used to be grasses, 20, 25 years ago. Now they're all desertscape. But, that took a while to implement, but it's happened. And they're using a percentage of the water they used to water public spaces.
Yeah.
Where I live, we have a big green belt as you come into the community. It's all turf on your right. It's an acre of turf. But it's on a well.
Mm.
So, and I'm not sure what we're going to do with that, but it's been on a well for its whole, 40-year existence. So, all right. Thank you so much. That's very
We-
interesting.
One more section here is about our smart flow monitor devices. So currently we have Flume. It retails for $249. Our customers get an instant rebate and they pay $49. They can monitor their water inside and outside. We get a large uptick in purchases in August thanks to our newsletter. So
Mhm.
we went up from having maybe like 6 or 7 to we had 20 devices that were purchased in the month of August. That left us with less than 90 devices on our contract. We were the first public agency to sign with Flume, and we were given an excellent
Deal.
deal with our devices. One thing they do have is an option to integrate a device called Yolink. Yolink is a company based in Orange County, and they have an auto shutoff feature that integrates with your meter. So it mounts on top of your meter where the valve to turn off and on is at, and it will connect wirelessly using a hub. So a dedicated Wi-Fi device will actually use, Wi-Fi low range technology, sub 1G, to give notifications through an app about a possible leak. So it'll automatically shut off. This device does not require a plumber to install, which is huge because most of these devices that we've researched have required a plumber, which costs upwards of $1,500 to $2,000. This device, we reviewed it with some of our meters team and they said it is compatible. It will work. The only challenge is that some of our meter boxes are really tight. So fitting it in might be a difficulty. They do offer another device, but that does require a plumber to install. The good thing about this device is that it's similar price point to Flume for retail price. This is an overview of some of the devices that are available to us right now. The two on the right, Moen and Finn, are available through Met, and they have $100 rebates. They're on the pricier end. They do require a plumber to install. They have automatic shutoff valves. Yolink meets those same standards for home insurance companies. They are willing to give us a nice discount to bring us on board as a client. You do need a Wi-Fi hub to connect to it, and it integrates into their app as well as Flume's app. So you can get notifications from Flume or from Yolink. Because our Flume device is near the end of our contract right now, we asked for an estimate of what it would cost for us to renew the contract. Being that we started off with Flume 1, the only devices available now are Flume 2. So we would have to change our rate structure just slightly to adjust with cost of inflation and services. So our current rate is $49 for our customers. With the new rate, it would be $75. This means that our customers would pay $99 initially and get a $25 rebate after they've installed the device. So we've had the most difficulty with customers not installing the device. It just sits there. They don't know what to do. No matter how much Josh's team walks them through, they just don't want to install it. So with Flume, we subsidize a portion of the total cost so that we're able to give a lower cost for our customers. So we would have to subsidize $130 per device with this new contract.
And you've got 50 left.
We have 88, I believe.
Left? Okay.
On this. So at the rate we're going, we're likely going to be up on our contract by probably spring right now. unless we hit another massive purchase.
I have, oh, go ahead, Bill.
No. But
Well, Boom has been just fantastic, and it surprises me because it's very easy to install. But is that company in together with the Yolink? Or are they one and the same?
No, they're different. So we would offer Flume, and then to help our customers that need some sort of auto shut off device, for their home insurance, we would also offer Yolink.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and Yolink is slightly different than Flume, where they offer more customized alerts. So you can receive text messages, phone calls, emails, and then they also offer live customer service support from actual agents here in California. So instead of with Flume, where you have to put in a ticket request or only talk via chat on the app, Yolink will have a live agent on the phone.
well, after I leave here, you only have 87. My device is so old now, it's not working right.
Time for a new one. Huh?
Oh yeah, I got one with the first tranche. Yeah.
And it offers a 5-year battery
Yeah.
for the device.
And I'd
It's
be
great.
happy to give my mow and flow to whoever wants.
Well,
We
thank
have
you.
some customers that have had mow and flows and they've had, success with them.
Yeah.
But
Mm.
it's that plumber installation that's really hard for a lot of our customers to make amends with.
Yeah, thank you. Are you hearing that a lot of insurance companies are requiring that kind of a system?
Not a lot.
In
but
order to-
we've heard some.
or
We've heard
to-
some. Yeah.
Or they're charging a higher rate if you don't have it?
Farm.
Something, farmers is one? No, okay.
Actually, Julie was the one that brought this up to us. So we did our research and we kept trying to find something that was within reasonable amount for our customers. And Yolink seems to be
The one.
the one device that,
Wow.
do the
Well, one thing I commend the team on is not having to have a plumber install it.
Yeah.
Because that is the true cost for
Mhm.
customers on tight schedules. So thank you. Thank you for your research on this.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you much. Okay, website update next.
Yes, we are getting a much needed facelift on the homepage, but before we go into that, we wanted to give you a view of our website metrics. So this summer, we saw a strong movement on our website. Most of our website visits are homepage, contact us. Start service, as Josh will tell you, is our most popular. Water rates became really popular in July, coinciding with the wastewater rate increase. Water pressure regulation, water use efficiency are in there. Pay your bill. People call, they pay your bill online, and some of our programs, and that leads us into other categories. These visits coincide with our newsletter. So if we tend to have something in the newsletter, a link, a QR code, people will go read for more information on there. Our lesser visits are, believe it or not, bill payments. So we have 3 different links on our homepage for bill pay: account login, bill pay, pay my bill now. I would recommend that we take some of those off just so that we can have better real estate at the top of our homepage there. But we found that a lot of our hits to the website were actually some of us internally here, office staff, going to research things. So some of this data was a little bit wonky at first to sort through, but we're trying to refresh. We found that most of our information that's being put on there every month is being visited by our customers regularly. So I always try to follow up with the customer service team to make sure that the information we're putting on the website coincides with the calls, so we can reduce that call volume. So this is our proposed change for the homepage here. It is a wider landscape photo there, and then a button. We finally are getting a button on the homepage to read more. So we'll put our more important items here on that big hero landscape photo. And then at the top there, we have our menu. I would recommend we take off either pay my bill or career, since we do have those in the subsection where the icons are there. But if you have any suggestions for how we could improve this page or feel as though navigation could be a little bit better,
I
you're
mean,
welcome.
who's designing this?
This is actually available through our current web provider, Streamline. They have different types of templates we can use, and we were able to customize with colors and photos. But also in process with this website facelift, we've been working on our accessibility requirements. So there's legislative requirements for districts to maintain accessibility, have not just their photos and their text on there, but more importantly, all of our PDF documents that we're uploading. So right now, staff is meeting with different vendors to find helpful solutions so that we can make sure that our visitors who have hearing or vision impairments are able to tab through all of our documents to be able to read them. So that's something that we're going to be adding to our accessibility disclaimer at the bottom of our website. That's a work in progress.
How many languages are available for this?
Oh, Ahmed can speak to that.
So it uses Google Translate, so
Okay,
almost every known
Yeah.
language.
okay, awesome, thanks.
So this is our homepage.
On the homepage, that first line,
Press down. Me.
sorry about that.
It's okay. It's me.
Where the first banner, where we have resources. If someone were to hit on that, what would be typically included under resources?
Under resources is most of our information that we've included in past newsletters. So we have our water use efficiency, landscape workshops, emergency preparedness information. That's kind of our catch-all for general information we want to give out to our customers.
And then water quality.
Water quality has two items on there. It is our annual consumer confidence report, and then a link to our water quality regulations that we follow.
Okay. Now, if one was a developer looking to build in Fallbrook, if I wanted to get any information about rates, fees and stuff like that, where would I?
You'd probably go under the service and rates. That's our engineering section. Engineering pages are some of our most popular page hits. We have all of our RFPs or future vendors coming in there.
And that's under where?
Services and rates.
Services and rates.
Top,
Third,
third one over.
third from the
Okay,
left.
Okay, services. and rates.
So that navigates you to, a rate sheet, capacity fees, new service, all those things fall
Right.
under there, yeah.
Right. Do we have any maps that show our service area?
We do. It's under our Who We Are section.
Oh, okay,
And you can identify who your board representative is there.
okay. That's good.
Looks good to me.
Okay.
Do you post the reports from this meeting?
Therese actually is the one who takes care of all of our minutes and our agendas.
Okay, I mean, the graphics.
Oh,
Yeah,
slide deck. Yeah, Therese takes care of that as well.
okay,
That's under who we are.
yeah,
There's meetings and then,
and that's there too.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
I overlooked that. All right, great.
And as you scroll down the page, we'll have the section for our articles. That'll be our latest information from the newsletters, meetings, and then our footer with our terms of agreement, our accessibility information and content.
The colors, the blue and white is very fresh. It really pops.
Oh, I have some things.
It looks good. Yeah.
All right, shall we move on then?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Very
That's fantastic. The newsletter just gets better and better.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay. Community events update?
Yeah. Okay. There's a shot of our San Luis Rey Bridge, which is celebrating 100 years this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
November 6th.
Yeah.
It's big.
So upcoming events, we have October 4th, we will be at the annual North County Fire Protection District Open House. We'll be handing out promotional items, some emergency information cards, and a complimentary gift for our customers. They can choose from a first aid kit, water bottle, or a doggy bowl. And then we'll be hosting our third mobile blood drive since we first started doing this last year on Thursday, October 16th.
Will Rainbow be involved in the centennial celebration?
No, not at this time.
Okay.
Okay. The two events coming up in October. Very good. Did the Fire Protection District open house, is that at each of their stations?
It's just at Station 1. Yeah, it'll be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
And that's the one here on Palo Mesa Drive.
That is the one on Ivy Street, right? Rob?
Oh, on Ivy.
Yeah,
Okay,
by the Boys and Girls Club, I think, up in there.
okay.
Right next to the baseball park.
Yep.
We get a good flow of T-ball kids coming in.
All right. All right, very good. Thank you. Newsletter content planning.
So August was all about backflow prevention. We had a nice video that Josh, Alex, and I put together. Innovative ways to monitor your water use. That is where our uptick in flume devices came from. That
Oh, yeah.
there. We highlighted our student poster contest winners, and then just a little bit of housekeeping about meter box maintenance. Watch out for the critters, keep everything clear. September, we touched on the water supply conditions and the blend that is currently at optimal levels for our agricultural customers. Landscape upgrades, some of those turf rebates that we went over earlier, our free online landscape workshops. So we highlighted, I think there's 5 classes that you can take right now on various different landscaping improvements you can make in your yard, from what type of plant you want to use, making it friendly for your dog, all sorts of things. And these are free workshops available through Metropolitan.
Yeah, on that water supply conditions, if in case you get the question, because I get it a lot. There's actually a blend. The blend at Skinner right now, it's over 40%. It's like 43% State Water Project, which is the lower TDS, lower hardness, lower salts. And so yeah, we're sub 500 TDS and that kind of thing. So we've been trying to let our ag customers know that, because they've kind of suffered under a couple of years of kind of heavy Colorado, which is 650, 670 kind of TDS levels, and so these levels help with better production. They don't have to flush as much for salts and things like that. So we've been trying to get the word out over the last few months that there is a good blend going on. It's supposed to last potentially through the end of the year. So yeah, so some good news there, some good water quality news. Yeah.
That's great. Terrific.
And looking forward to October and November. October will be wildfire preparedness month. So we wanted to make sure to include information on knowing your zone, how to prepare your family, friends, and pets, kind of doing dry runs about your evacuation plan, landscaping with defensible space around your home, highlight our educational programs, and then partnering with Fallbrook Health District to showcase some of their classes that are available in the area. We've been doing a lot more research into how we can provide better resources for our customers. So we contacted a few of our neighboring clubs, garden clubs, Fallbrook Health District, and this one, they were very glad to be able to partner with us. And then updating your emergency contact information. We found that that's critical, especially when we have breaks or people that weren't notified of something because they have an old phone number on file, still reiterating that we need you to contact us or fill out a form online.
Or if it's a landline, right? They gotta
Yes,
update the phone
landline.
numbers.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because we send out text messages as well, and if it's a landline, they don't get the text.
Yeah.
So there's still landlines.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely is.
Yeah. And then November, how to keep our waterways clean, tying into fogs. So because we're gonna have a lot of holiday grease, oils, fats in our sinks, we want to keep those out of our waterways. And then going over trash pickup, office closures, turf rebates, and then customer service survey.
All right.
Yes, it did.
Fantastic. Any suggestions on that, or is that okay?
Besides
That's a
the
lot.
fig lady.
Yeah.
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 It's just a comely story, it really is. It's-
I think-
especially if she's supplying the local vineyards,
Yeah.
with products they need, materials they need for their products.
Yeah.
That's
good.
cool. All right. Public communication and related media stories.
Okay.
We have some attached here.
Yeah, just 2 articles here from our APWA project of the year and water awareness posters.
Very nice.
Cool.
Mhm.
And we won that award, pump stations.
Yes.
Okay, you guys got
Right.
you got that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, good. So it's hanging out in the lobby,
Thank you,
the
guys.
plaque and that, but yeah.
Fantastic. That's great. Terrific. Okay. All right, so we're down to suggested agenda items for the next meeting. I think more updates on the same subject matter. I don't think there's anything
We
new
should
that I
have our
can-
quarterly strategic communications plan
Oh, good.
update or progress
Okay,
update.
Let's do that.
it's quarterly strategic plan update. All right, anything else new for them? All right. If there is nothing else, then it's quit and go home.
All right. Thank
All
you.
right.
Congratulations to your teams.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
Impressive work.
Incredible work.
Thanks, Director Hoffman.
All right.
I mean, I hope you get some lozenges.
You're kidding. Wow.
Hi,
Well, it's holding up.
just ran over to get you some water. Oh, no. We're like big asthma.
Yeah, I know.
Great work.
Thanks, everybody. I have to run.
Okay, thank you for coming.
Robert,
Yeah,
I have a shout out for one of your team members.
And I have a question.
Sorry, Bill. So Al.